All right, man, we are live.
All right.
Welcome, welcome. I see we have
Cheers, y'all.
Fulton Mraz. Is either here or was here. Bro dropped in earlier to drop some Bourbon Bounty little stickers on there, but we got Peter White and we got you here. I know there's more than that, but people are being quiet out there right now. But I'm about to ask, what is everybody sipping on? I already see the Clonelish on there.
Yep. Peter White said he was sipping on some Kleinlish, so I figured I'd do the same.
I'm sipping on
Kleinlish 14.
yeah, Blade and Bow is what I'm sipping on. I haven't had any in a while, and it's one of my favorite regular old little sippers. Bourbon bitches here. All right, hey, we're in for a treat tonight, and I may be preaching to the choir on some of this, but we're going to go over. Oh, Rigger says energy drink. He's at work. Yeah, that's where he is. But we're going to be going over the definitions, like a few things, and focusing on what the hell does foolproof mean? When it comes to barrel proof and cast strength and foolproof. So we're going to be covering that through the hashtags. I am going to put some bottles up there, but at first we'll as we get into the hashtags, we'll just cover a few little topics before we get into those bottles. I'm not drinking foolproofs tonight, but I'm not theming it tonight. What I've pulled out here though is Blade and Bow, Legion, because I haven't had Legion in a while, and that was that's the Beam Suntory collaboration with the Japanese blender. I like it pretty well. Oh yeah, batch proof, and well, we're not going to cover batch proof tonight, but then I pulled out the Southern Star, the Paragon, from here in North Carolina. So
Okay.
it's a good bottled and bond. I like it. So bourbon nerds here. Peter White's here. I already said Peter White, but anyway, we got it. Yeah, but hey, guess what next week is?
Don't know.
It's a halfway mark giveaway.
Oh, it is.
Yep. So tonight is the last night to get entries into that. Oh, hang on one second. I had to clear my throat. Now I'll play this again later, but I'm going to go ahead and show the samples tonight. So if you want to enter, it's super chat, super sticker only. Here's a sample. And since I'm feeling a little bit saucy tonight, I'm going to go on ahead and blend a 1915. So you'll get 4 samples. So I'm going to blend the 1910 and the 1920. And so you'll get the 1910, the blended 1915, 1920, and 1924. So you'll get all 4 of them.
There you go.
Now, the one thing I will say now is it's Prime week, or, Prime days are over.
Yeah.
And for some reason they stopped doing the like 1 to 2 day delivery. Well, probably because they were just slammed, from people ordering. But I did order more 1 ounce little bottles.
Mm-hmm.
And I tried to order them several days ago. They're not going to be here till like Monday or Tuesday of next week. So usually I can get stuff the next day. But that didn't happen. But let's get these hashtags going. Let me go ahead and play this, and we'll get the first one posted. All right, so that's the hashtags for tonight, and here's the first slide. I know if you want to get ahead of me, you can. What's up, Shannon Smitty? We got Crazy Ann and Whiskey Uncensored. Ben is here.
Cheers, Ben. Crazy Ann.
Daddy H is in the house. So here's the first slide. Cast strength, barrel proof, interchangeable. They both mean exactly the same thing. There is no distinguish, between them. I'm not going to go any further than that right now because we'll cover over the next couple of slides some things like adding water and single barrels versus batches and things like that. But
water, sacrilege.
What's that? Yeah. Yeah,
Nah,
yeah. We
you
got
know,
Shoe Man Foo is in the house as well. I see the hashtags
shoot,
coming
man.
in.
Woo.
But again, I'm sipping on Blade and Bow right now, and I'm telling you, for a regular old shelf pour,
Mhm.
Blade and Bow is really good.
Haven't tried that one. I don't
Uh,
think.
I mean, it's not expensive. You can go
Mhm.
grab a little bottle of it, and it's an old Stitzel Weller recipe. Now they sold the Weller line stuff off,
Okay.
and then Stitzel,
Yeah.
is where it's from. So, it's pretty good though. I like it. It's got a little hint of cinnamon in the background on
Hmm.
it, but other than that, it tastes pretty much like a wheater.
Is it a high rye?
No, no,
Yeah. I
but
usually get that peppery note from rye.
well, it's not cinnamony like a red hot. It's just like a background noise of cinnamon, like in an apple pie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I got you.
Big Daddy A's giving out some shouts to our favorite Norwegian.
Hmm. And Kathy Bates just showed
Kathy
up
Bates
too.
is here. Yeah. So, and I'll let this go for a little bit, and a little bit after 7, I'll let y'all know what the samples are again, in case you're just joining. But Whiskey Nose is in the house. There will be 4 1-ounce pours, and next week is the halfway mark giveaway for that bottle from Still Austin. So, unless you choose something different, I don't know why you would, but that stuff is fantastic. But
Mhm.
yeah, it's but
See.
we'll if you don't want that, or say, yeah, I think I've had enough of Still Austin, can I get something different? We will get you the equivalent amount dollar wise, and try to get it to you. Oh, I used a pirate ship.
Hmm.
Man, well, okay, the little tiny package I sent, I saved a little over $2 on it.
Well, I think I've saved about
Hang on a
6
second.
so far.
Hey, hey, Google, stop. I don't know what woke up Google, but yeah. Anyway, it's over there saying, I don't know, but I can find it on the web. I'm like, find what? but
Hey Siri,
no,
play thrash metal.
well, and normally when I send out the little package, it's normally about between $7 and $8, like close to $8. And I sent it out for $5 and like 30 something cents. So,
Yeah.
yeah, now that was my first time using it. Good test
Mhm.
run. It worked beautifully.
Oh yeah.
Just tape it down and they pick it up and scan it and boom, they're gone. And you can track it. It gives you the number and everything.
Heck yeah.
So, I sent that to John Kranz. He was the one that
Mm.
won last time. So, well,
Well,
not
that's
that
cheap
last
for
week,
him
but
because he
yeah,
lives out in the middle of BFE.
yeah,
And,
yeah.
there you
Jody's
go.
little package. Yeah, Jody. Yeah, yeah. It
You know,
is. Don't be fooled.
our man sent me some a bottle, and it was his extra packing materials were bagels from New York City.
There you
Yeah,
go.
and they were well, I've had one so far, and it was fantastic. And my wife had the other one, had because I had it's like a couple different kinds,
Hmm.
and man, I mean, I've been eating like Michigan bagels my whole life. When I went out to Jersey for a little while, I had to do some work out there for a couple of days, and I had some from there, and I'm like, man, these are great, you know.
Hmm.
But he sent me a couple from New York, and that beats them all. They're fantastic. Holy crap!
Man, I tell you what, some of the best bagels. Now I was in San Francisco, but they were New York style bagels out there.
Yeah.
And had them at a conference, and they had all this stuff. But you could watch them behind
Mm.
the glass. They had a glass up there, and they had the conveyor belt thing going, and they would do the water, where they boil
Mm.
whatever they do, and then bake them. And yeah, man, those were delicious. And they had all the toppings. You could put different cream cheeses on there. Some of
Yeah.
them were like herb cream cheese and then regular, but I just like
Eh,
the bagels and lox
yeah.
with the
Yeah.
regular white cream cheese.
most of the time I'll have just a big old one good big smear of cream cheese on there, and sometimes throw some some salmon on it too, but not
Yep.
all the time. Typically just a little cream cheese. Or for
Yeah.
me, I mean, I'll warm it up a little for a few seconds in the microwave so it's kind of warm and fresh, and then I'll put a big pat of cream cheese on there and just keep dipping and eating it like that. I won't
Yep.
even toast it.
Rob is here. We got Chip Adlets in the house. Welcome, welcome. But now the one bagel I always talk about that I make is I take the bagel and I toast it, and then I put the cream cheese on it, and then I slice the big beefsteak tomato.
Yep.
Slice it really thin, not a little less than a quarter inch thick, and then I put everything bagel seasoning all over the cream cheese, then lay that tomato on top of that.
Mm,
And then put a little salt on it, just barely, because that everything bagel's pretty salty anyway. And
yeah.
then make the cream eggs, the French cheesy cream eggs, and then
Yeah.
put those on top. And the reason I put the little tomato slice on there is just so the eggs won't fall through the hole because they're real runny,
Yep.
smooth. And gosh, and then sprinkle a little parsley on top, and you're good to go.
I had a really good bagel sandwich when I was out in New Jersey, and it was eggs. I think you call it Taylor ham and cheese, and man, that was a tasty sandwich right there. Now,
All right, Ben, don't give me any ideas. That'd be too easy.
hey,
All right.
Groovy, ahoy!
Ahoy, Groovy. William Hall's in the house. All
Oh, William,
right. Well, now next week
Chip, Adelaide.
is the giveaway for the halfway mark. So it's the Still Austin Nancy Fraley pick. It's what we
Yeah.
base that giveaway on. If you enter tonight, this is
Which-
the last week to get in on that. The
Right.
wheel will be set next week. So next week we will do sample giveaway, but it'll go to the next halfway mark giveaway. So tonight
Yeah.
is the last night for next week. And I'm also throwing in an extra sample bottle. I made this video up before I decided to do that, so I'm going to play it right now since we have more people on the island. The extra sample I'm going to throw in, and I cut myself off there with the video. I was still talking, and my finger rested on the pad to hit the button. But the extra one is I'm going to blend the 1910 and 1920 together, so you will get a 1910, a 1915 blend, a 1920, and 1924. That'll be the 4 1 ounce samples for them.
Heck yeah.
And those are super chat, super sticker only. You get 2 entries per every dollar to those samples tonight. You also get 2 entries per dollar for next week for the halfway mark giveaway. And you also get 2 entries to the regular quarterly drawing. So it's like a 3-for on those things. But it is time now to spin the first one. Rob likes to eat eggs raw. Ooh. Yeah, not me. But I'm going to go ahead and present this screen. Well, I like eggnog, but that's tempered. But anyway, here we go. We're going to get the first one going. All right, good luck, all 18 on the wheel. And 2 of them are mine. I haven't seen Lori tonight, so if it lands on me, any one of them, it doubles it. Shannon, Smitty. All right. Congratulations. We will let that confetti die down. I will stop sharing and set up the next one. All right.
And in case somebody's wanting something besides a Nancy pick, I have a blue corn and a red corn from this year, which is €5.
All right. So the next slide here is going to be about water. So if you add water to whiskey, it's called cutting it. And they do add water.
Down.
Yeah, proofing it down. Well, yeah. But they always have to add some water to it because, they can distill, unless they distill a lot lower, which they can do, and then put it straight into the barrel. But it can't be more than 125 proof going into the barrel. So if they accidentally get it at 127, they have to put some water in it. But they can they can distill all the way up to 160, and then they bring that proof down to 125, and then they put it in the barrel. The thing with well, we won't go into that right now, but we'll talk about it on the next slide about adding water. Even though it says barrel proof or cast strength, they can still add water to it. So we'll talk about that on the next go. And if you think that's crazy, it's almost a to me, I thought at first it was almost a wrinkle in the law, like they're bending the rules, but actually it's pretty common. When I talk to these distillers and stuff, how they do it, and they gave me some good reasons why.
Okay. I mean, I've got a few bottles that are, I guess they would call it like hazmat, proofs. They're really high. I'm fixing to pick up a couple more.
I typed it. I put it down there. I forgot to hit enter. Thanks, Kathy. I forgot to hit enter.
Kathy, keeping you on your toes.
Keep me on my toes. Everyone, anything on live stream? Well, maybe this is a start of a illustrious streak here or something. Because if you win another one tonight, I will put plus whatever it is by your name. And I've seen people get about 30 entries off these before.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if
for sure.
Double. Mike Brock's here. Sugar Kitty's here.
Yeah, Sugar Kitty.
That is some good stuff right there. It's not, amazing or anything. Hey, I'll be right back. I forgot to grab one thing over here.
Okay. I'm trying to think of what I'm going to pour next. I had that nice light Kleinlish 14 to start off with, which is a nice lower proofer.
There we go. I'm back.
92 proofer, but it doesn't drink 92. I mean, that thing, it sips like 80, 85 at the most.
Well, 92 is not that high, but
nah. Well, I mean, it's for a Scotch. It drinks even lower than that as far as taste and everything.
All right, I got whiskey uncensored down here.
Hashtag bagels. Heck yeah.
All right.
Bagels. Gotta have them.
Bagels.
Yeah. The one thing I found that was really good on bagels too is because my grandmother was Lebanese, and she always make she made a bunch of different stuff, but one thing she would take was like take your yogurt, and then she would put it in cheesecloth and hang it from the sink, the spout on the sink, and let it drain overnight and get all the whey off of it. And that makes it into it's kind of like a cream cheese type spread almost, but it's a little bit softer than cream cheese. It's called Lebanese, and that on a bagel is really tasty too, because it's a yogurt. It's got a little bit more of a tart, sour taste to it than the regular cream cheese does. Man,
I'll tell you something, Mike. It's expensive. I will tell you, it's a little bit expensive, but that's why I don't do it a lot. Let me get Bourbon Nerd down here before I go on my little rant. All right.
Gonna add them 10.
But
okay.
No, what I got into getting the heavy cream, the heavy whipping cream.
Yeah.
And putting it in the stand mixer. And you know how you whip it until you get whipped cream? You just keep going and it'll separate and turn into butter.
Yeah.
It is freaking good.
Man, they took us when I was a kid. They took us to a dairy farm, and they had some jugs. I guess it was like quart jars, but it had like a beater attached to it, like a mixing beater. And sit there and just cranked it, and you finally would make your own butter that way. And they put just a little pinch of salt off in there, and we got some of that butter and put it on a cracker. Oh, dang. This stuff is Awesome.
I know. What I was doing with it is I was dry aging beef.
Mm,
And so I would dry age a rib roast, and it's expensive enough and all that that I wanted special, you know.
yeah.
So I would do like a 60-day dry age or whatever on it, and then trim
Uh,
it, and then cut them into nice big thick steaks and freeze them.
mm, heck
And
yeah.
but I always take them out and let them thaw, and then uh, I do the salt on them overnight type thing, and put a little
Oh, okay.
Worcestershire in there, and put them in the sous vide. You know, seal
Mm,
them up, and sous vide cook them until they get right to the temperature I exactly want, and then have a good hot cast iron.
mm-hmm.
And the last thing you
Steer the
do is
heck out
put
of it
that
on that.
sear on them real quick. Don't leave them on there too long. Get them on the plate, and then I was taking that homemade that cream butter, and was making compound
Mm,
butter out.
mm,
So I would put a little
heck yeah.
seasoning in it, yeah, and all that.
Now that's straight up decadent right there.
Oh,
Jeez.
I know. Yeah, and I was watching all these videos about how to do it, and you put the butter, you get it all whipped together with all that stuff, and you get it in the middle of a piece of plastic wrap, and
Cellophane, yeah.
you get it
Roll
fold
it up.
over, and then you just
Yep.
roll it, and you pick it up, and you keep rolling it. It gets tighter and tighter, and it looks like a Jimmy Dean sausage when you're done.
Yep.
And then you just tuck the ends under and put it in the refrigerator. Let me get Jerry down here, Jerry Arball.
I do the same thing um, with the butter, a compound butter, make a compound butter like that, and then
Yeah.
butter cookies. Do the same thing making butter cookies. Those are tasty.
Now,
Oh,
now
there you
you
go.
you can go get the Kerrygold butter.
Yep. Oh, that's really good butter.
It's
I
really
like
good
that.
if you don't want to go through making your own butter at home,
Yeah.
because what happens is that cream it separates, and you have a bowl of water, with that lump of butter in
Mm-hmm.
it, and so you take it, you have to put it on paper towel or whatever, and kind of dry it off, and then you can put it in a
Yeah.
bowl or something. And,
That Kerrygold butter is really good. I use that
yeah,
on my baked potatoes and things like that. Where
yeah.
you want a really good butter taste, and then right sugar kitty, Lebanese and some tabbouleh on a pita. Mm-mm. Good stuff right there.
Yeah, I had a butter bell. You know what a butter bell is?
Butter bell.
Yeah,
No.
okay. So it's a ceramic dish, and you put water in it. And
Oh.
then you take the lid off, and underneath the lid, there's a stem with like a bell on it,
Hmm.
right? It looks like a bell on the
Yeah.
inside. And so you take that, and I only do it with Kerrygold or homemade. And then you let it soften, and you put it in that butter bell, and then you turn it upside down, and you put it down on the dish. And what happens is that bell hits the water and displaces it,
Yeah.
and it completely seals it off. So nothing can get in it unless it gets in the water.
Yeah.
But it seals it, and then you can leave it out all the time on the table.
Oh.
Uh, but it's a small bell, but it's enough to do like a few meals or buttered toast or
Oh.
whatever.
Okay. Well, I've got a butter dish in the house. We leave it out on the counter all the time. It just stays on the counter. That way, when you get some toast, it's right by the toaster. And that way you got soft butter, except in the
Right.
wintertime.
Yep.
The wintertime it didn't work.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's cool enough in the house that the butter resolidifies, and you still got to hack at it a little bit. But during the summer and most of the other time, you can go boop, and you got a nice, easy smear of
Oh
butter
yeah.
on your toast without tearing your toast all to pieces.
All right. Well, let me spin this thing. We're coming up on the 10 after here. So I'm going to go ahead and share this screen.
Not that, not that. Oh, yes. This one.
And good luck, all 21 entrants is
Oh,
in there. Boom, Rob.
oh, congratulations,
That's
Rob.
old Roberto.
What does that say?
All right. All right. Here's stop sharing. All right. I'll get the
I like
next
his little
entrance
avatar
here.
thing. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Oh, it's being slow again. Come on. Give me the drop down. There it is.
Oh, looks like a Jimmy Dean sausage. Mm-mm. Which is good stuff, by the way, too. Especially if you get that the good sage sausage.
Okay, so here's the next slide, and it's hashtag BARR.
Burr.
So basically, barrel proof or cast strength, it has to be the proof that you get straight from the barrel. It does not have to be a single barrel, but it has to be from the same batch. And typically, they barrel them. The tricky part is if you have a big rick house, barrels on one end or the other, or higher or lower, may absorb more water than others, or you may come out with a slightly higher alcohol content in one barrel over the other. So a lot of times they just do the single barrel bottling. But now here's where I was going to talk about adding water to cast a cast strength or barrel proof. They can add water over time as long as they're adding water to the barrel. And they do this for several reasons. They taste it. If it's getting a little too strong, tannins or something, they'll put some water in it or they want to age it longer. They'll add water over time to keep the proof down, just to hit the sweet spot of what they're looking for. So as long as when it's ready and they bring it out of the barrel, they can't add any water to it after that. So that's where you get the cast strength barrel proof.
Still, Austin will add water to their barrels down here because it's Texas.
Oh,
If you don't, then it's going to wind up. Well, I would say going to. It can wind up being like Garrison Brothers, where it's barrel tannin, oaky. It can get like that pretty easily down here because it gets so hot. I mean, so they proof theirs down in the barrel just a little bit over time, and that really helps out with gives them, they can age stuff down here in the barrels now 5 to 6 years or so, right. And it doesn't get over oaked, which is unusual. That's all. Yeah. That's all from Nancy Fraley.
Even the ones that say uncut, unfiltered, they may have added water to the barrel, which is pretty much cutting it anyway. So
yeah,
but as long as they didn't do it when it came out of the barrel.
Oh, there you go. That's a good idea. Uncut, unfiltered.
Oh yeah, there it is. Smoke wagon.
No smoke wagon from 22.
Oh, Indiana juice that aged in or manipulated in some way in Las Vegas.
Yep. Yeah. What's the proof on this puppy?
They're usually around 120 something.
56. 112.
Oh, really? That's a lower.
Yeah. 56.68 ABV.
I got to see now. Well, I have two. One of them is what is this?
Yeah, I got another one, but I haven't opened it. It's just sitting here on back. That's an older one. This is from 21. It's the same, pretty close, 56.
All right, so this is 116 and some change. I thought it was higher than that. But this one is the newer one I got. And, it's a little lower. This is like the 112, almost 113.
Yeah.
It's 56.42.
Yep. Seems like he's proofing them down a little bit then in the barrel.
Yeah. Or it could be the batch he got from Ross and Squibb.
Mm-hmm. I still can't call it that. It's
yeah,
MGP.
I'm trying to get used to it. I mean, I do computer security and compliance and all that stuff. And for years and years, we talked about security frameworks, and there was an ISO 17799. It took me forever to start saying 26,001 or 27,001.
The risky friend. Cheers, sir. And Marty's in the house. Hey there, Marty.
Oh, yeah, Marty's here. All right. So, we are giving away samples tonight. I want to play it one more time. Well, not one more. I'll play it again later, too. But I will say there are 4 samples tonight instead of 3, but the video will only show 3.
Yep.
And they are. So since I was feeling a little bit saucy, I figured that I would go on ahead and do the 1910, the 1920, the 1924, but I'm also going to blend a 1910 and 20 to make the 1915 blend. So I'll throw that in there
Okay.
as well. Because what I'll do is I'll pour enough where I can fill a 1 ounce thing and then I'll drink the rest of it.
Okay. Batten down the hatches there, Marty.
Oh, is it storming?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Location of the warehouse, something to do with it too. Yeah, true that.
What,
Definitely.
I've been seeing the alerts pop up on my phone that we could get storms, but we just got a little rain earlier. But I'm way over here in Winston.
I had a real good rain come here this morning. I got about an inch and a half, inch and 3/4 here at the house, which is awesome and highly unusual here for July and August. I mean, here in Texas.
Yeah, Sugar Kitty said e-compliance keeps us employed. Yes, it does. I've been doing it for 20 some odd years. All right, bourbon bitch, I got you here.
Let's see. Oh, you got Kathy Bates.
I did.
Okay.
Yeah, I keep the a separate. I have 2 chat windows, and so
Okay.
it pops up, so I can see on all 3. But it really comes in. I don't want to miss them, So
Dang, Jimmy, that'd be nice. That'd be nice if I could hang in the 80s around here, but it won't be until I get out to Colorado in a couple of weeks. Then it'll be in the 80s and 50s and 60s in the morning. Be awesome.
Yeah, I just looked at the temp, 77 degrees outside. Ain't that a kick in the teeth? I
Oh, it's
mean,
nice.
I love doing this show, but I've been waiting on a cooler day so I could go smoke a cigar outside, and because I normally wait till like 8 at night to do it.
Yep.
And now we had a little cooling rain, and I'm doing the show.
Yep.
So, yeah,
That's the way it
it'll come around.
goes.
I'll smoke a lot more in the fall. How about that?
There you go. A nice fire going in the backyard.
Yeah, I got to check my fire pit out. I may have to get a new one. I know it. The wind will blow. I keep it propped up next to the wall so that if water comes down, it'll run out.
Mm-hmm.
Because the ash in it will stop the holes up at the bottom, and I have to go poke those, to make. But still, if it rains hard enough, water will get in there, and it may have rusted too much. I don't know. It wasn't that expensive. Chip Aidlet.
Well, cheers, Chip.
All right.
Fulton's still celebrating his 25th birthday.
All right, got it down there. I need to start packing this wheel up, but I'll do that right after we spin this next one. Hopefully, everybody got their hashtags in. But if not, there'll be another one coming right after this. So good luck, all 21 entrants. Here we go. And this is worth 6 entries to the quarterly drawing. Peter White.
All right.
All right. Bam. Let the confetti die down. And boom.
All right.
What's and of course, man, StreamYard being slow on the giveaway tool. There we go.
See if these will do any better.
All right. Now we should be getting down to we're on the last informational slide. So this is, let me put this in the chat here before I forget. And there's the hashtag. So, foolproof versus cast strength. What goes in comes out. So, and I have a picture of a scale back there. So the difference between foolproof and cast strength is whatever proof it goes into the barrel at is exactly what they bottle it at. And that's why they call it foolproof. So they can put it in there at 125 proof. They don't have to. They can put it in at a much lower proof. They could put it in at 112 or whatever. But when it comes out of the barrel, no matter what it proofed up to, they just bring it right back down to that barrel, what it went into the barrel at, and that's what they call foolproof.
Okay.
But a lot of times you'll see the 125 proof because they're distilling up around 160. They're barreling at 125, and then it's real easy for them to do because they can just age the barrels for a little while, pull them off, blend them all together, and then just proof it down to 125 and don't worry about it and just get all the bottles they can out of it. And there you
Yep.
go.
Well, that's what I'm used to seeing as far as a full proof is the 125 proof.
Yeah, yeah. I do have one on the list because we're going to start getting into them after this. Examples of a few. And it doesn't have to be a bourbon either. I mean, it can be whiskey. It's whiskey. You know, so. I have a rye on the list.
Well, rye's a whiskey too.
But the only thing I don't really care about full proof that much, well, if you like the flavor of, I don't know, some of them do 80 proofers or even 90, 95 proofers as a general, output. But the cheaper ones, they're going to distill as high as they can, barrel as high as they can, and bottle as low as they can. So you think regular old Jim Beam, and it just goes boom, boom, boom. And they do that for a few reasons. It is quality control. Well, I won't say quality. It's sort of like if you try to drink a Coca-Cola and it tasted different, you wouldn't like it anymore, right?
Yep.
You want what you're used to getting every single time, that consistency. And pretty much what you're getting is weak wood sugars out of those Jim Beams, the 80 proofers.
Yeah.
So, it'll get you drunk and you can have a good time on it. 70 proof. Well, dang. Well, okay. So I'm talking U.S. law here. So, yeah, it's in the books. It's 80 proof.
Yeah, got to be at least 80 proof.
And since somebody threw it out there, let me go ahead and do this right quick because it takes a second. It's free and it really helps the channel. And we do so appreciate it too. Yeah. Well, and it's like, there's laws in the United States, like Scotch. It has to be from Scotland.
Yep. Got to be distilled, aged in Scotland to be able to call it Scotch.
And bourbon has to be United States. And, there's American whiskeys. And there's American single malts. That's why they call them that, single malt whiskey, which is
they're working on that too, as far as getting some categories exactly for single malts and a designation, like rules for that to a degree.
Mm-hmm. And whiskey without an E is supposed to be Scotch, but I've seen it used around, where they drop the E from it. But typically, it's whiskey with no E before the Y comes from Scotland, and then the EY is everywhere else. I think that may be more of a gentleman's agreement or something. I'm not sure.
Oh, I better not get that one yet. A little peat. Oh, it's not much peat though.
All right. Well, I finished that little pour of Blade and Bow there. And if y'all missed it earlier, I do like me some Blade and Bow as like a little shelf pour. But I'm going to remind myself what this Legent tastes like. If you're not familiar with Legent, it is a Beam Suntory collaboration with a Japanese blender. I like it a lot. I think it's good.
Yep. All this foolproof talk. Buzz this one out.
Yeah, I think I'll forego the 125 for right now. I may do that tomorrow. I still have to fly this space shuttle. So.
Just a little pour up.
Yeah.
Maybe about an ounce. Yeah, that's about an ounce.
Give me a little.
Ain't too much of that high proof stuff,
Woo, that's got a little. Yeah, I swirled it around. Got a little ethanol punch comes right
Mm-hmm.
up. It's only 94 proof though, so I just took too big of a whiff, I guess.
Yeah. That's odd that some of the, your lower proof stuff like 90, 95, maybe even 100, and they'll nose, the proof will like smack you in the face. I mean, even on the sip too. Some
Yeah.
of that stuff will just like, slap you upside the head. You're like, come on, really? It's not that high a proof.
You remember us talking about making butter earlier in that Kerrygold?
Mm-hmm.
That's what this Legion is. It's just
Oh
butter.
yeah, real buttery.
Oh man, it is so good. It's like a creamy uh, caramel type stuff.
Mm, yeah, that 1792 is pretty dang good too.
Yeah, I like
That's the
it.
thing with those, with your Legion, with your Japanese blenders. Man,
Mhm.
they're really good in their art form. That's for sure.
I mean, when I talk about these, I'm talking about the good aspects. You're not going to get anything that's going to amaze you out of these. You know what you're going to get. That you're going to get a lot of wood sugar. You're going to get some uh, little wood notes out of it here and there. But you're gonna that I think that Japanese blender accentuated that caramel wood notes
Mm-hmm.
when he blended it. So
Gotcha. Cheers, Carl.
William Hall's here, Carl here, Northwest Bourbon. I haven't been keeping up with the chat. I'm derelict in my duties.
I'm keeping up with some of it.
There you go. I'll let you do that part.
Cheers. Cheers, William Hall. Good to see you.
Yeah, we're coming up about another minute here. If you haven't got the hashtag in, WGCO. And the next one coming up after this one is all numbers.
Uh-oh. All numbers.
Yeah.
That's
Guess what?
unusual.
Guess what you're sipping on?
Oh, well,
Yeah, there you go.
I
It
can
wasn't
guess
much
that
way
one
to,
then.
it wasn't much way to abbreviate it.
Yep. It's
Oh,
good. I like it.
yeah, if
It's
y'all want to go ahead and get that hashtag in, yeah, there you go. All right, so let me go ahead. It's 7:27 right now. I'm waiting on it to turn to 28. I like to go a little bit early than 7:30 on the dot because if we have repeat winners, we can spin again, and that gives me time to set up the next one. So,
Kathy says spin it.
spin it, spin it, spin it. All right, 7:28. Here we go. Giveaway. And
Get
this is
away
going to be
now.
worth 7 entries to the quarterly drawing. Good luck, everyone. And here we go. Oh, that
Oh,
doubles. Now, Lori's not here. I haven't seen Lori,
uh-uh.
which means it's now 14 entries to the quarterly drawing. So we're going to draw again.
Uh-oh.
14.
Got a doubler.
Shoeman foo. So what I
Oh,
do is I write Shoeman down here. And then I put +7 because he already got the 7. And then there's got +7. So that's 14. All right. And don't try to check that math. I know it's right. That math I can do. All right, let me mark that one off. Oh, I put 2 hashtags in there. Don't want to do that. Okay. And the next one, these will go quick. This is what Mark's sipping on right now, 1792
Mhm.
foolproof. And
Yep.
that is 125 proof. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And quite tasty.
Oh yeah. I mean, if you like regular 1792, like the small batch, that foolproof gives you more of what you
Oh,
like.
dang. There you go. What was it? Where'd it go? Disappeared real quick.
Oh, you talking about that store pick?
Yeah. $40 for a
Yep.
125 proof store pick. Heck yeah, give me that all day long.
I mean, and most of the foolproofs are not like crazy expensive.
Yeah, yeah, that's the thing. They're not that expensive, and they're quite good. I mean, kind of on par with like what some of the wild turkey stuff for me.
Yep.
Hey, Rusty, cheers, brother.
Rusty's here. Now, this is YKB. All right. See,
Yep.
I learned to read.
There you go. You're picking up on it.
I am Hooked on Pahonax. I am Learned to read.
Cheers, Rusty. Rusty's the reason that I'm doing some of that pirate ship now.
Oh, I know that. Now, again, I only saved like probably $2.30, but that was one package. Think about it. If we ship, even if you ship 10 of those, you're saving 20 something dollars.
Yeah. Well, when you add more weight to it in a bigger box,
and when I ship the nosing kit, that's going to probably be $7 or something.
Oh yeah. I mean, a couple that I shipped, there were, well, one of them went out your neck of the woods, a couple of them, and then a couple of them went up to Michigan to a cousin of mine, and which would normally be about $25 to $27, and it was like 14. So basically half price almost.
Yeah, we're excited about it, but this show is not sponsored by Pirate Ship. So I'm just...
Oh no, we don't worry about them. We got our personal hand delivery people.
No,
Wade's got her package. That's good.
Well, what I like about
an extra sample or something in there too. I'm not for sure.
Yeah, what I like about it though is it like everything that we make here, we try to share it back. We try to give stuff away. We spend a lot of money on shipping. We spend a lot of money on ordering little, even just the 1 and 2 ounce sample bottles and things. I mean, that all costs money. It all adds up. So
oh yeah, Carl.
If we can stretch that money out, we can give more away. I mean, that's what we're excited about.
Yep. That's what we do. I mean, the whiskey community, it's a community, and we do like to share everything. A lot of people have shared stuff with me to get me to try other stuff and expanding my palate. That's the reason I got a lot of these different peated scotches and stuff up here. Because I did not like it when I first tried it years ago.
If we keep talking about people getting into other people's packages, we're gonna have to start an Only's fan. And I said that wrong on purpose, by the way. That's what I call it, an Only's fan instead of OnlyFans. Because some of these people only have one fan. I don't know, man. People want to do crazy stuff. There was like there was somebody sent me like a screenshot of like an OnlyFans thing, and it was supposed to be funny. And he sent me her picture and all, and wow, I'm like, no way. But down in the description, or over where it showed how many people were members, she had like 1,500 members, and I'm like, dang. There's something for everybody out there.
Yep. Ain't no counting for taste, that's for sure.
I would not want to pay money for that. I can tell you already. Hey,
yep. But like I said, I learned that when I was doing a lot of metal work. I was making like different vent hoods and repoussé stuff and chandeliers and all kinds of different things. And some of these people got some weird taste in, what they like. Is that what you want? All right. I'll make it, but
there was somebody put out an article about the OnlyFans stuff, and I was reading it just because it was something to read, and I went down the rabbit hole.
Hey, Teresa.
And so I was reading it. And it was from a reporter, and it was
Yeah.
talking about this. Like there was a few or pages or whatever you call them, on
Mhm.
there that they signed up for, and all they do is put a camera on their feet. That's it. The camera
Dang.
stays on their feet. They wiggle their toes, but you can hear them talking into the mic.
Okay.
I'm like, and people pay how much for this?
Hey, like I said, ain't
Wait,
no counting for days.
I have to do it. Teresa La Guerra.
Oh, nope.
I have to do that every time she shows up.
Teresa's in the chat. I got to change hats.
Mm. I'll stay the same. But we're talking about foolproof and versus all that, and we went through all the educational material. If you missed it, you can back up later. If you want to know, probably most people in here already know all the stuff. Uh, a lot of them do anyway. So
Jimmy's going to get a foot cam now.
a foot cam. Yep. Hey, he's got Fred Flintstone feet. He might be a hit.
Yeah. Oh no, Jimmy, you got to wax them. You got to wax those toasties now.
I don't know, man.
Well, then
No,
again, some
no,
people
it
like it.
depends on your target audience. I mean, the dirtier
Yeah.
the better for some of them, probably.
Yeah, some people probably like those big hairy hobbit feet you got going on there.
Yeah. uh, yeah. Hey, just play a little Lord of the Rings music or something, and just
Mm-hmm. There you go, a little Lord of the Rings music in the background. Wriggle your toes, get a picture of your feet as you're walking through the grass or something.
Oh, Bourbon Bounty Beauties. Okay, that has a ring to it, but we can't call it Triple B because we might get sued by Guy Fieri.
Yeah.
I think he probably thinks he has the a corner on anything triple.
Yeah.
What is? Let me clear off some of this.
He has been doing that Triple D stuff for quite a few years now.
Well, and he has Triple G, guys grocery games, and he does the Triple
Yeah.
D, diners, drive-ins, and dives, and he's got I don't know what else he's got. I don't. I mean, I've seen. I watch a few little things if they're on. I don't really like the diners, drive-ins, and dives that much unless I mostly like if I see it and I like if they're doing something I might be interested in, and I may ever get there in my lifetime,
Yeah.
Then and I did. Now I didn't not off of his. I've never been to any restaurant because of his show, but there was the Bobby Flay show.
Yeah.
Where he goes and
beat
like
Bobby Flay.
challenges somebody.
Yeah.
No. He would travel around. I don't think he does it anymore.
Oh, yeah. I remember seeing some of that.
And he went to a place called the Brass Compass in Maine, and it's right on the coast, and it's in a artsy town up the coast of Maine.
Okay.
Well, my wife's from Maine, and her mother used to live there, and we would go visit. Now her mom lives here, but we would go visit, and when we'd go over to the coast, and we would go to Booth Bay, and we would go to other places up and down the coast. And I wanted to eat a lobster roll at the Brass Compass, and it wasn't a lobster roll; it was a triple decker, it had 3 pieces of bread, but it had lobster in 2 different layers on it, and they beat Bobby Flay with that sandwich.
Okay.
And I'm like, yeah, I got to go have that. Now it was $30 something for the sandwich.
Dang.
But it was a lot of lobster.
Yeah. Lobster is one of those things that's for me is very, rich of food. Yeah, and I'm good for it like maybe once every couple of years. I'll have a little bit of lobster and I'm like, yeah, that's good for me.
Well, my thing with lobster.
Oysters, on the other hand, I'll take those all the time. I love them.
Yeah. My thing with lobster is like that was the first time I believe in my life I've ever had enough lobster to actually feel full.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of like a giant crawfish or something, It's like
Well, yeah, but it's for me, it's kind of sweeter. I don't
Mm-mm.
know. It's kind of more. It's a lot more luxurious than a
Oh,
crawfish is,
it can
but
be. Yeah, yeah. Okay,
and
so
shrimp even for that matter. You know.
and a lot of times I want down home southern shit. I don't want luxurious. But anyway, I'm gonna
Yeah.
spin this. I'll let time get away from me. So good luck, all 23. This is worth 8 entries to the quarterly drawing,
8 inches unless it lands on Jody again,
and then it'll double.
and you'll get
Oh, bourbon nerd. All
Bourbon
right.
Nerd got it.
Oops. All right, got it. There it is. And stop sharing after the. Gotta let the confetti go.
Oh yes, sir.
Oh, that popped up quicker. Maybe StreamYard heard me complaining. I'm sure they pay attention to me all the time. You know, I'm so huge and all.
Oh, going with this high price screw top.
Oh. Oh, that's the benchmark foolproof. Yeah, you said screw top, and I almost said benchmark because I made a lamb dish earlier, and I did the you know what duxelle is? It's like mushrooms and shallots chopped up real
Mm-hmm.
fine, you
Oh
know,
yeah.
and then you cook all the water out of it. And typically, you'll see a duxelle in like the I forget what you call it now, the beef Wellington.
Before nice.
Yeah. Well, it's got the pastry on the outside, and then there's the
Ah, yeah,
layer
yeah.
of the
Gotcha.
prosciutto on the inside, and they put
Mm-hmm.
the duxelle all over it, and then they put the tenderloin, seared tenderloin in there, and you know all that.
Heck yeah.
But I made like a bourbon duxelle gravy thing to go over the lamb with rosemary, and it was really freaking good. So
Mm. I'm gonna be eating. What did Chris make tonight? Eggplant parmesan.
did I put the hashtag in there already?
I didn't see it.
Well, look at there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think I put it in there and I was like jibber jabbering. I did. I put the hashtag in. I didn't show the slide.
No, that's what it is. Okay.
See, this space shuttle, if I don't fly right, we're going to fly into a supernova black hole or
Yeah,
something.
we're going sideways already. My goodness.
Yep. All right. Well, there it is. What you held up and poured there.
Hmm.
So, what's your take on benchmark foolproof?
Um, I think I like the foolproof better. The 1792.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I agree.
It was a
Now,
little more buttery.
yeah, I used benchmark. I always cook with not the foolproof, but the regular benchmark. That's what I cook with when I deglaze and all
Mm.
that.
It's good. Uh, Gets a little
Jibber
bit of
jabber.
like a grapey note. Like what's the other one up there? What's that 10-year old? Eagle Rare. I get kind of that grapey Eagle Rare note off of it.
Okay.
Surprisingly, I mean, I'm sure this is not that old, and it's got to be high in the rick house to, you know.
Oh, that's up at the tippy top, baby. That's where benchmark goes.
Yeah.
That's
Hey,
up
John
in the attic.
Crayons. Cheers, brother. Yeah, they
Cody
probably
Oaks.
got it up on like floor 6 or 7.
Oh yeah, it's way up there. That's that. That's the one where you have to have the special forklift to go get the barrels down.
Well, you got to go up there with a cold rag wrapped around your head and stuff, so you can be cool enough so you can breathe.
Well, that's where they a lot of those rick houses. Some of them I've been in. They actually have things on the ceiling mounted. You know, like the hoists in a
Yeah, oh yeah.
shop or something. And they have these straps. They put the cradle around the barrel and hook the chains to it. They lift it
Oh,
off and then lower it down, but it only comes down so far. And then they
yeah.
take the forklift and then they put it on there and unstrap or undo the chains and then bring it on down.
Oh, dang.
Yeah,
Okay.
they get crafty.
I've seen down here some of the barrel houses down here that they're doing. They're vertical. The barrels, instead of being sideways, they're actually
Oh,
up.
really?
Yeah, and they're stacking them on pallets.
Oh my
You
God,
know,
that's sacrilegious.
it's kind of weird.
Yeah.
because it's not getting on the ends, on the caps.
Right.
But as far as stacking them in a warehouse, they can get away with stacking them higher because they're putting barrel on barrel on barrel on barrel on pallets. So it's a little easier for them, and I can see that because I worked in a warehouse in Kentucky with cookies and stuff, and we would stack. Oh my God, really high.
Right. Now, Jimmy, there's millionaires buying up all those silos, turning them into uh, freaking luxury doomsday shelters.
Yeah, yeah, but underground rick house would it's not be a bad idea in certain spots. I mean, if you
Yeah,
wanted
it would
something to
have to
age like a
be.
scotch, age
Yep.
really slow for like 10, 15, 20 years,
Yep.
that would be a great idea. But
Well, like Germany, they do like a lot of the old school
or wine,
when they do excuse me, beer, they find those big deep caves,
yeah,
and they age the beer
beer and
in
cheese,
yep, beer and cheese back in them in those caves.
heck yeah,
And it stays a constant temperature. Even in the winter, it won't get cold enough,
yeah.
because it's protected back in there.
But that's the thing, though. You're not going to get a whole lot of interaction between the barrel and the liquid because you don't get those fluctuations of heat and temperature and uh, you know that kind of stuff. It doesn't happen if it stays
Yeah.
at constant temperature. It's just going to sit there in the barrel.
Well,
It's
there
not
was
going to do much.
I know I read an article one time about they were trying different methods for aging bourbon to speed
Mhm.
up the process, and that's called cheating.
Yeah,
But
and it
they
doesn't
had
help.
climate control warehouse, and they would bring up the temp really high and bring it down really low, change the humidity, and try to like go through seasons with it, but
Yeah,
in like a quarter, like over a 3 month period, and call it 1 year,
yeah,
and do that. It just never works. It has to be
yeah.
slow.
It's got to be slower. I mean, you got whiskey. Good whiskey takes some time. You got to be patient with it.
Hmm.
That's all there is to it.
Otherwise, you end up with some I won't name that are funky as hell that never really took off. So,
Yeah. I mean, you can age some stuff faster, but it doesn't taste better. It may look as dark and stuff
mhm.
like that, but it's not going to taste as good.
Well, and I think a regular whiskey barrel, like I know they try to age them in quarter barrels and things like that,
Hmm.
and it does speed up the aging. It does.
Oh yeah, you get more contact with the barrel. So
Yep. And but I just don't think it tastes the same.
mm-mm.
And
No, you wind up with a better color and stuff like that. But for me, when I taste something like that, it still tastes young.
mhm,
It's been aged for 2 years. It tastes like it's 2 years. It doesn't taste like it's a 4 or 8 year old whiskey.
right. All right,
Where
it's
relax.
7:48. Hopefully everybody got their hashtags in. I got a little behind on that last one. I'm going to try to stay ahead on this one because guess what's coming after the next spin?
Yeah, Jimmy. 100% control would be good, but
All right, good luck everybody. Oh, well, but you still have to be patient.
yeah.
Boom, John
Oh,
Kranz.
about time, John.
Oh, John, I don't know if you checked your uh, uh, tracking number. I checked it earlier. It's supposed to be there Monday. Hurry up. Come on, StreamYard.
There you go, John. Jimmy. That's a good idea. And a junkie trailer home on top, by the way. Single wide.
All right, here's another foolproof.
Oh, I have not tried that one.
I have not either. I would like to have the blue bottle on my shelf. The
I
blue
wouldn't mind
labeled
trying it.
bottle.
That's a
Blue
weeder,
label.
right?
Yep. Oh yeah, Weller's. Yeah, the WL Weller. That's a weeder. I mean, it's what they end up with Pappy with same mash bill. So
Oh, okay. Now, I recently did try a Pappy 12. I think it's 12. Yeah. 12-year Lot B.
okay.
My cousin had a bottle of that. He sent me a sample of that. And I tried it. And It's really good. It sips really smooth and easy, and
Oh,
I
it
think they
does.
cooked it down to about like 90 or something from the
Yeah, but
taste anyway.
it's still a wheater. It's still,
Yeah,
you're going to get
I think
those
it would have
notes.
been better at about 110, 105
Yeah,
proof, somewhere in
yeah.
that range. I think it would have been better. But hey, I was happy to try it. Finally got to try a Pappy. Now, I can guarantee that I would not spend what they're wanting to charge for one
Right.
on that.
Oh no, no, no. Yeah. Well, even the old rip, you know, like an old rip 12,
Oh,
whatever. I mean, those are expensive.
yeah. Informed delivery. Well, that's pretty cool.
Oh, okay, cool.
Never heard of that.
Mm. All right, so the spin we're on now. If you're don't leave yet at 8 o'clock, everybody gets a trophy. That's coming up. So make sure you're here in about 9 minutes. Uh,
Oh, dang.
Rip 10 is
Congratulations,
better
there,
than lot
Fulton.
B. All right.
Go see Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Okay.
Uh, that may be a little old school for him there.
Hey, that's where music came from. You keep going back in time. There it is.
Oh, old Rip 10 is better than Lot B. I have no idea.
I
The only one
it,
I've tried is the 12-year-old Lot B. It's the only one I've tried. So, and it was good. I mean, it was really tasty, really smooth. You know, it was good. I liked it.
yeah. If I could win one of these lotteries around here for the Pappies when they come out, and they're like 289 or something MSRP, for Pappy
Okay.
23 or whatever,
Wow.
I would go buy one. I would open it. I would
Mm,
pour one little pour out of it, and I wouldn't drink anymore because I've had it and I know where to go. I can get pours of it
yeah.
for you know. So I would do that, and I would probably just give it a lot of it away, because for people who are never going to be able to get their hands on it,
Yeah. Yeah.
because
I would be the same way.
it's
I mean, yeah.
good, but it's not life changing. I mean, you'll
Yeah.
see if you get it. I mean, it's
Yeah. That would be one of the things that I would like to do with that is give away a bunch of 1 ounce samples of it,
yeah,
just because to get people to go, okay, it's good, but it's not worth the hype
oh,
of
right,
everybody. It's not worth that.
yeah. I
Same
would
thing with like Eagle
probably,
Rare and was there these nice
oh yeah,
chicken bottles, the H Taylor and stuff. They're good, but they're good for like a daily sipper. They're not
right,
expensive. They shouldn't be expensive. They
no,
are because it's
yeah,
Heaven Hill crap.
yeah. But if I had one, I would probably keep, I don't know, a little bit in the bottle and then invite my closest friends over for a bottle kill.
Yeah,
And of course, that wouldn't do us for the night, but we would do that and then go, okay, now
yeah,
let's drink this cheap shit.
yeah. Start off with that one and then go to all this
Yeah.
other stuff.
Yeah. And the rest of it, I would probably just take the bottle and just start pouring as many 1 ounce samples as I could get out of it and leave us just a little, to
Yeah,
take.
leave a couple inches in the bottom of it,
Yep. And then
or
once it was done, it may be one of those. That may be one of the bottles that I would put the colored water back in, just to have sitting on the shelf back there, and but put a mark on it like, hey, this is not what this is, but I'm not going to spend that much money and not keep the freaking bottle.
oh, I'd do something weird like finish it off and pour tire fire in it or something.
Oh, that would be cruel, man.
Oh, Pappy, yeah, let me try that. Holy crap, this is horrible.
I will tell you this though. I bet you could take a bottle of like with the Pappy Van Winkle label, the subdued label,
Yeah,
and all of that. And I bet you could go get some old Weller Green label and fill it back up. And
yep,
if you put it on the table, people would just rave over it like it was the best thing they ever had. And that's
yep,
what kills me about some of this stuff. It's all just a lot of it's in people's heads.
yeah. Yeah, I think you could probably fill it back up with like the Weather 107.
Oh,
something
now
like
that,
that.
or especially like the CYPB.
Yeah.
If you could do that, now I love the. I know Shoeman Fu likes the 107 antique, but that CYPB. Oh my gosh, that impressed the hell out of me.
Yeah.
All right,
I haven't tried that
Southern.
one.
Here we go.
The Starlight.
NC's top pick bourbon right here. This is a bottled and bond Southern Star Paragon.
Southern Star. I've not seen that one.
No, you won't, but I can get you a bottle of it.
Hmm.
It's here in North Carolina.
Oh, okay.
I like sending samples of this one out. This is a really good one from North Carolina, and I can go get it anytime I want.
Oh, heck yeah. That's always a plus. If you find something tasty, then you can pick it up whenever you like it.
Yep. So, guess what the proof on it is?
95?
No, it's bottled and bond.
Oh, 100. Okay.
Yeah, I know, shoe man. You like that A107.
I'm going to pour a little of this Kill Homan that I got from Ben. This is a
Oh, yeah.
this is a pick from Irene Tan's store out there in Connecticut. I believe so. This is a 10-year single cask.
Man, I'm getting behind on rehydration.
Oh, I've been keeping up pretty good. I've got about half a bottle of water in and a little bit of iced tea.
Yeah, I'm usually done with a bottle by now. Man.
Oh, yeah, me too, Ben.
Oh, yeah, that's Southern Star, man. And after drinking these other ones, what did I do with my? Oh, there it is. After drinking the other ones, the unique flavors that pop out of this are golden.
That's good. I'm thinking the same thing after drinking, some 1792 and some benchmark and stuff like that. And I throw this here to my nose. Mm-hmm. I'm like, holy crap, that's completely different.
All right, so I am going
to a little bit of peat. Dang.
Right after this,
dump.
So we're about to spin here just shortly, but I'm just going to remind everybody what the samples are for tonight. There's actually 4, but it'll show 3. Awesome. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the Old Forester 1910, 1920, 1924, but I'm also going to blend some 1910 and 20 to make the infamous 1915 blend, and I'll include a 4th sample in there. So that's for tonight. This is the last night to get entries for next week. Every $1 gets you 2 entries on a Super Chat Super Sticker. You are in for the sample giveaway tonight and for the halfway mark giveaway next week, and for the quarterly drawing, you also get 2 entries per $1. So with that said, I am going to go ahead and spin this thing because we have to do what's coming up next.
Oh.
I don't like saying it out loud because people start typing it in there. Good luck, everybody. This is worth 10 entries to the quarterly drawing.
Are we giving out prizes for everybody?
Chip Aidlet.
Oh, that's the second time for him, isn't it?
Nope.
Really?
No, he gave a super earlier.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's what it was.
All right.
You're kidding. Is there a 1922 blend as well?
I don't know, but
there could be.
Could be if you blend the 20 and 24, but I haven't done it. Let me write Cody O down here right quick.
24. You need to try that. Because you've got the 24. I don't have the 24. I haven't seen it yet.
Well, I don't have a bottle of it. I have about 5 ounces of it that someone sent me.
Oh.
Well, I have about 4 ounces left of it. So that's why I can give some away.
Thank you, Cody O. Get some of that. Should be good stuff.
But I do want
that 1920. That's one of my favorites right there.
Oh, that is.
Not as much.
All right, I got the next one ready. Let me get Bourbon Syndicate down here.
Yep, he's in there too. Oh, I would Chu Man Fu. I'd blend that 24. Not a
Oh
problem.
yeah.
I mean, you can see like this stuff over here, all that still Austin there and down on this shelf right here. I blended 11 different bottles of still Austin, and it turned out fantastic. It really did.
All right, so here's the start. Put me in. Everybody gets 2 entries. All you have to do is type "put me in the chat.
Well, I think Ben said put me in way long ago, but don't count.
Got to do it now.
Yes, sir. Man. Hey, Isaiah SV. Cheers, brother. Good to see you. Man. Well, Irene Tan she's right up there with a blender. She's got a great nose and palate on her. That's pretty dang close to Nancy Fraley. I think Nancy's got her as far as her memory of all kinds of stuff that she puts in. You know, she can remember different Joseph Magnus blends and different barrels and know that this barrel would be good with that barrel. And same thing with Still Austin. You know, this barrel and that barrel would be great together. But man, Irene Tan's got her barrel picks. If you ever get out to the East Coast to her store out there, I forgot the name of it off the top of my head right now, but my goodness, take some money with you. She'll give you samples too, you know, which is phenomenal. Love to go to a store, be able to get a sample of something and try it before you spend, you know, 100 or, you know, $120 on a bottle or something. That's awesome. Okay, Fulton, you have a good time, brother. Enjoy your birthday week, or as my aunt would say, birthday weeks, because you got 1 week to forget your old age and then 1 week to remember your new age. You won't know that now until you get a little older. You know, you get our neck of the woods. I'm double your age and then some. But cheers. Good to see you, Fulton.
Some of these I have to write the whole thing down.
Oh, dang, that's so tasty. It's like lemon custard pie with some peat and something else. What is that? I need to expand my palate. There's notes that I'm picking up on the palate and the nose that I can't identify yet.
Mm.
Where's the store? Chip, it's in Connecticut, I think. Ben. Oh, this Saturday, Fulton. Oh, okay. Well, that's good. Still birthday weeks. Let's see here. Hang on a second. Chip, I'll figure out. Let's see. Oh, how would I do that? Heck, Ben would know right off the top of his head because he's been there quite a few times. Jimmy, like somebody dropped a band-aid in my lemon custard pie. No, that's the thing about peat is, you know, different areas, their peat taste and smells different. Like say the Highlands, there's a lot more floral notes, like heather, and it's a certain kind of flower, like a mossy kind of flower that grows. It tastes completely different than, you know, Isla peat. And then some of the Isla peats even are different too, you know, because Kilhoman's it's on Isla, but there it doesn't taste like Lafroig, you know, which is that really kind of sea salt medicinal band-aidy odd note, you know.
It's just fermented mud bog grass.
Yeah,
Like...
yeah. You know,
All right.
whiskey uncensored. Somebody was wanting to know what Irene Tan store. What's the name of that store? Where's it at? It's in Connecticut, right? I can't remember the name of the dang store though.
All right, let me read these off right quick. If I do not call your name, it's highly possible I could have missed someone. If I do not call your name, I did not get you down for the put me in. Mr. Great Shot, Kathy Bates, Big Daddy H, Fulton Mraz, Shoeman Fu, Tater Dom, Rigger Wonka, Jimmy's Random Content, Bourbon Syndicate,
Ah,
John Kranz, Cody O, Bourbon Nerd, Isaiah's V, Bourbon Hunter, Mike Brock, Wooden Metal Garage, Sugar Kitty, Shannon Smitty,
thank you.
Bourbon Bitch, Carl, Chip Aidlet, Peter White, Whiskey Uncensored. If I
And
did
Marty,
not call your name,
Whiskey Nose,
oh, Whiskey Knows. There it is.
and Jerry,
That's why I do it.
Arky 99.
Oh, yeah, that's Jerry
Yep,
Arbaugh.
Jerry Arbaugh. Yep.
Oh,
Thank you.
William Hall. William Hall.
Thanks, Ben and Sugar Kitty. Canterbury Liquors. That's what it was. And you can order online too. You can call them up and say, hey, now they don't really ship a lot of stuff. But if you have somebody you know in that neck of the woods who can pick it up and hand deliver it for you, that's a huge plus.
All right. So this is the point of the show where I say I typed stop, put me in, but the put me in did not stop. It goes till the end of the show, but we're going to quit paying so close attention to the chat. So if you did not get a put me in and you want one, put it in all caps, something, bring our attention to it, all of that. Scream really loud and wake your dogs up and all that type of stuff. So, but we are going to have to get going here, and I'm going to get the next hashtag in, which is going to be Rebel Foolproof.
Oh, you can't order online and don't ship. Okay.
And this is worth 11 entries to the quarterly drawing.
Oh.
So there we go. I do not have a bottle of that one.
I don't have a bottle of that at all right now. I had a bottle a while back, but polished that one off.
All right. Well, you keep talking. I'm going to go make the wheel right for the sample giveaway.
Okay. Not a problem.
I kind of do this a little bit.
Hey, Whiskey Nose and everybody else in the chat there, what are y'all sipping on now? Anything tasty? Peter White started off with the Kleinlish 14, which was really good. I started off with that myself. It was quite tasty. Nice and light. Tater Down's got to be sipping on something. I think I'm fixing to get a nice cold beer. What was that, Sugar Kitty? Here's a magic word. Yell real loud. Mika like a hidey ho. Okay. That wouldn't be me, but let's see here. Let me get a cold beer. Come on, y'all gotta be sipping on something. I'm gonna get this. Try this thing out. It's a Dragon's Milk Crimson Keep Bourbon Barrel Aged Red Ale. We'll give that a shot.
So pretty much 11 to 12% beer there.
I believe it's 11. Yeah, 11. Oh crap, that's a little stout. Pee Wee's Playhouse. Way back in the day, there, Sugar Kitty. They're decent. Okay, thanks, Jimmy. I have not tried it, but I have my next door neighbor didn't care for it, so she gave me a case of it. I have a whole case of these things. Let's see if it's a red ale. Well, look kind of amber. Slight reddish hue to it. Nice head, though. That's what she said. That's a large chocolate milkshake. 200 proof. Yeah, right, Kathy. Oh, there you go, Sugar Kitty. The ASW Georgia Heartwood. That's good stuff. That's really tasty. Holland's Ghost Reserve. Oh, I
Oh,
tried
that's
that.
yeah, that is really good right there. Now I sent that sample out.
Hmm. That does have a nice little bit of a reddish hue to it.
Yeah, the Holland, it's a Reservoir
Oh,
Distillery makes Holland's Ghost.
okay.
So, yeah, it's Virginia up there.
Oh, I could taste the barrel in this one.
I love Dragon's Milk when I can get it. I haven't had that one.
Jimmy, John,
He said
John
I
Grant.
stole it from Jimmy.
Nice creamy head. It is kind of creamy tasting. It's got it's really smooth. It's got that kind of chocolate note in the background a little bit
Hmm.
from the barrel. That's a good one. I like that. It's not bad at all. Heck yeah.
Does anyone else fall in this trap? I just want to ask. So
Yeah.
I only leave reviews on Amazon if it's really really good or really really bad. The mediocre meh stuff, I don't even stop to review it.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't review anything really.
well, they bug me about it. But what I hate is I leave like a honest review and I give them like 3 stars because I don't want anyone to fall in the same trap, type thing or
Yeah.
whatever. And I give the pros and cons and da 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 da. And then I get these alerts. You're popular. No, I'm not. Fuck off. Leave more
Oh,
reviews. Yeah.
I've heard it's difficult, Kathy. Don't know.
Yeah, especially since they're mostly just dry bones. Because all right, we are at a couple of more minutes here. We're going to spin. The wheel is good right now, by the way. So we've got some
Right, Smitty? Dragon's milk's too hot.
too hot.
Oh, really?
Oh
Jimmy?
wow, death by chocolate cake. 10 out of 10.
Oh, dang. Okay, I'm looking. I'll be looking.
All right.
Bet your butt on that one. Yeah,
Mm.
that Dragon's Milk, not Dragon's Milk, the Martin House, that one that he sent me, that's top beer that I've ever had in
I
my
know,
life.
and I've never seen them here. I mean, I go to Total Wine. I go to like the bougie, grocery stores that are supposed to have the biggest collection of beer. I
Yep.
never see good stuff here.
Hey, yo. Yeah, that, what was it? One left. The Matter Familia. Oh, my
Hmm.
God. That stuff is so tasty. That's got to be one of the best, barrel aged beers that I've ever had. And, and the Goose Island, they're good, but it's I don't know, it's a little too much for
Yeah.
me, on the palate and everything else. It just you can have one of those basically, and you're like, okay, that's enough of that. I need something a little lighter, a little smoother on the palate. It's not like going to overload everything.
Yeah. Oh, I need to spin. Let me get this thing spunt. Spunt.
Right, Peter?
Is that a word?
Yep,
Uh,
spun it.
spun it. Okay, here we go. Good luck, everybody. This is worth 11 entries to the quarterly
You
drawing.
got to throw in a few double negatives on that. Done did spun.
Yeah. Way back and up yonder. Peter White plus. That's a plus 11. So that's 17 for Peter White tonight. We do not have to let the confetti die down on a repeat win, but the first one we do. John Kranz is a plus 11. And we'll draw again because we're going to run out of time if we don't. I love these repeats. Here we go.
Yep. We haven't had a lot of these
Big
recently.
Daddy H. Now that's see
Yeah,
my
there we
alarm's
go.
going off, and we got a unique winner here. Big Daddy.
Congratulations
H.
there, Big Daddy H.
All right, we'll let his confetti die down and stop sharing and get the next one set up. Here we go. See, that
Yeah,
worked out right on time.
I agree there, Jimmy. I mean, I've got a couple, and they're okay. I mean, they're pretty tasty, but there's not something that I'm going to get on the daily. You don't want one of those all the time.
See, what I like is Jimmy lives like not far from where my parents live. So when I go visit, we
Mm,
always try to get together, and neither
yep.
one of us show up empty handed for sure.
Oh
So,
no, because you know you'll spend enough time apart. Oh, I need to pick that bottle up.
yep, Green River Foolproof. Now, that's one that interests me right there.
Yep. Green
That
River's
is
doing some
one
really
that,
good stuff. They're making some really good whiskey. They really
yep,
are, and the price is on point too.
yep. Oh, yeah. And I would love to have a bottle of that on my shelf.
Now I have the wheated and the regular bourbon, and both of those have been really tasty. I like them both. I've seen the foolproof. What was it? Specs close to me,
Yeah.
and I just need to pick one up because I want to try that because I'm thinking, you know, the bourbon is really tasty, and the weeder, of course, is good. It's nice and smooth and
Hmm.
easy sipper. But the foolproof, I think, would be even better, and especially down here in Texas, maybe throw it on like one cube of ice or something like that.
Right.
Just to let it mellow just a little bit for off of that 125-ish proof or so. I'm not sure what it is. The foolproof, their foolproof. I don't
Uh,
know.
th- I'm not sure. Let me see if I can tell.
Can you
I
zoom
don't.
in
I
on it?
think it's.
Let's see. Oh, I can't zoom in there.
Oh Lord. It's 117.3.
Oh, well, that's
I
not
just
too
zoomed
bad.
in on it. I just did my little finger
Yep, one
wipe
seventeen
thing.
point three.
Yep.
So it's not the 125, but 117 is still going to hold up to a decent, one cube of ice for a little
Yeah.
bit.
Well, and that's why I said earlier it doesn't have to be 125, but it has to be what you put it in the barrel. So they put it in the barrel at 117.3. So when it came out, they proofed it back down or whatever to 117.3.
Yep.
I see Phil here. Hey Phil, type
Hey,
put
Phil.
me in right quick.
Yep. Throw it, put me in for you. We get you a few extra things there,
Yeah.
a few extra entries.
A couple of extra little entries there. Never hurt anybody. But yeah, this one's coming quick, guys. I hope everybody's got it in. There's everything spicy. We're gonna put this
Oh,
down.
everything spicy had some. His last little thing he did I saw was a tincture, and
Uh
oh
huh.
my god, that stuff was way too hot for me. Way too hot.
When his
And it
eyes
burnt
start
him up.
watering and it looks like he's in pain,
Yeah,
that is like 50, 60 times beyond anything I want.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yep, that's
And he'll be
way
sitting
more
there
than I
wiping
want to
his
be
eye
able to
going,
handle.
I've had worse. And I'm like, yeah, not me. It's like,
He said that tank destroyed him. Yeah, that's rough there, mate. Oh my god.
all right, I'm going to spin this thing. Okay, I see a Bourbon Syndicate got it in there. I know these last ones come quick, but we have to leave time for the samples at the end. So I'm going to present this screen and
Hey,
we're going to spin 21. Good luck, everybody.
I wanted to send Phil some of the local native peppers that grow wild around here, but he would just chew those up like
Oh,
candy.
John
Oh,
Krantz. Whoa, plus
oh,
12. 12
plus
plus
12. We're
12.
gonna spin it again.
We're going to spin it again. This is why I start just a little bit early.
Oh, nice, Tater Dom. What kind of beer? PBR.
Kathy Bates.
Mate, just missed it.
I know I saw your picture pop up there. But we got one
Yeah.
more to go.
All
So
right.
we're going to let her. I would never steal Kathy Bates confetti.
Yep.
Well, unless she repeat wins. And then,
Well, she'd whoop your butt.
yeah. but I may like that. You know?
Very possible. Very possible. Oh, a little Michelob Ultra. There you go. Nice light little sipper.
Kathy hit you with a ruler. That's what.
Yep.
All right,
Yardstick more
here
than
we
likely.
go. Old Ezra. This is the Old Ezra Rye foolproof. So
A 7-year-old foolproof rye. Dang. That might
yeah,
be pretty good.
and this one is
Yep.
one. It looks like 114. It blurred when I tried to zoom. I think it
Yeah.
is. It's 57 percent.
57. So yeah, 114.
114.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was the
That might
last
be pretty
one
good.
there. So we're getting rid of that thing. This is worth 14 entries to the quarterly drawing unless it lands on me. And gosh, if it does, it's going to be worth 28.
There we go. I'm in there.
Awesome.
Yep.
Now, are
I
you
win.
going
I'm gonna give mine to Ben. Whiskey
Oh, okay.
uncensored.
Oh, okay. Unless oh yeah, no, because if it lands on him, he'll get it anyway. It's not a
Yeah.
repeat win. So yeah. There you go.
So we're good. Yeah, that beer is not bad. It's really not.
Oh,
It's not as
Kathy
good as this
Bates.
Irene Tan Kilhoman pick, but you know. Oh man, that's freaking phenomenal.
All right, I gotta go get Kathy Bates's entries on the wheel here.
Oh, just 5 Bourbon Bounty memberships. That's awesome.
See, I didn't forget you this time, Kathy.
very, very possible there, Ben. I don't typically win much myself, so that's okay. I give it a shot. That's all we can do. You know, Wheel doesn't have favors.
He said,
It's
just
not like Big Vic's wheel. It's not rigged, so you know.
well, one of my good buddies, RB, he would come
Mhm.
on here from time to time, and he was pretty consistent early on. But then his work changed, and he does the mayoral duties, and he has to be out a
Oh yeah,
lot, the time of the year. And now it's summer, they do a lot of just outside activities and things,
yep,
but he the big joke with us is he never won shit. It would just get 2 entries every week, 2 entries every week. And this is back when there was only like 10 people getting on.
yeah.
It would just never land on him. I don't know what it was.
That's
But
weird.
then he started winning, and then it's
Ben was he's the mayor in a small town just what
north of Dallas.
northwest of Dallas.
Yeah, it's north. Well, about north. It's the Colony.
The colony.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just south of Plano, but in between North Dallas and Plano.
RB is what his name.
Yeah, well, it's Richard. Yeah.
Yeah, super nice guy. He's hung out backstage with us some, I think, a few times.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, there's Jimmy.
There's the Jimmy. All right, that's a plus. All right, I got to go make the wheel right now.
Might as well, Jimmy. I mean, you've won a few already, so you know. Oh, and how did you like the Nancy stuff that you got? I think you got a blue corn and something else, plus some different samples.
All right, wheel's good. Wheel's good. All right, but we need to spin. We're going to spin here in another minute. I'm going to let this one go all the way to 25 after. Oh, yeah, Jay. Type put me in.
What?
Now, if Jay types put me in, I'm going to have to put, oh, there's Phil. Everything's
Yes.
spiky.
Okay, automatic.
All right.
Okay.
There we go. Now I got to make the wheel right. Come on. There it is.
Oh,
All right. There's the alarm going off. Okay. I'm coming. I'm coming.
cherry.
All right. So we are going to spin this one. Bourbon bitch, I think I already had you down for a put me in. I'll check shortly. I got to spin this thing. Here we go.
Yeah.
Good luck, everybody.
All right. Here we go. Fingers crossed.
Yep, I already had you down for a put me in. Boom, shoe man, foo. That is a plus 14.
Mm-hmm. And we're gonna spin again.
That means we're gonna draw again right
nice.
now. And right after this, we're doing the samples. Boom, chip. That's a plus 14. Okay, it's removing them as we go. Well, it's not removing them. It's leaving a minute. But if it lands on them again,
it should.
I still see 20 on there. So Sugar Kitty.
Oh, there we go.
That's a new one.
All right, then.
All right, we got it. Here we go. Stop sharing.
Congratulations to all y'all.
Everybody, congrats. Get rid of that. All right, now it's time. So stop on the supers. Here we go. We're going to present this screen.
All right, here we go. Who gets the samples?
Now I'm going to hit shuffles, and then I'm going to hit spin.
All right. Round and around she goes. Where she stops, nobody knows. And I can't see it close enough to tell.
Chip? Is it Chip?
I can't tell.
Aidlet.
Yeah, Chip. Now, how about that? Congratulations.
All right, I'm writing this down. Samples.
Samples for Chip.
Go to Chip. And yeah, let me get rid of this screen here. Stop sharing. There we go. Now, let me. I already know. I know what they are, but I'm going to write them down anyway.
Oh yes, the Bourbon Nerd. Your samples should be arriving probably tomorrow, I would think. They were shipped out on Tuesday.
Okay. There, I got it all written down. Hot dang, he says. Congratulations.
Yeah, Ben, that's me too. I never win shite.
Shite.
But that's okay.
Yeah.
Always next time.
There's always next time. But you still have the entries to the other drawing stuff.
Yeah.
There you go. And there's our 2-minute warning.
You might win a whole bottle next time, though. Never can tell.
Yeah. I just want to say congratulations to everybody that got a bunch of entries. We had a lot of entries that went out tonight. We had a lot of repeat winners. We had a lot of pluses down here. That's a lot of entries to that quarterly drawing. And yeah, it's been fun. Love it every week. Love it every week. And no, we're not going to do top 10 bagels next week.
Oh, come on. No. I love me some bagels.
Unless they start baking them with whiskey in them, I'm not going to do top 10 bagels.
Not a bad idea.
I did do that lamb though with that duxelle with that bourbon reduction earlier. That was really good.
There you go.
And I do have the old bourbon burner series out there. In one of my playlists on my channel. Back when I was doing VR 180, I was doing the bourbon burner. Yeah, and you can move the screen around. But I stopped doing VR 180 because people were complaining because they would watch on their phone. And if you move your phone at all, it would make the camera move around. So I stopped doing it. They said, "Give me a headache." Yeah. But guys, we're at the end of the show. I hope everybody had a great time. I know I did. Mark, you seem to have a good time there.
Oh, yeah. Always.
All right. Hey, I hope everybody had a good time, and we're going to go ahead and sign off here.
All right.
Night.
Peace, love, and whiskey, y'all. Cheers.
There you go.